towards the darkness.
Nah, yo, look towards the light.
Yo, what is that?
It's a supernova.
Nah, man, that's a black hole.
Yo, it's
I leap over lies in a single pound.
Who are you?
The Black Prophet, one day I got struck by knowledge of self. It gave me super scientific powers. Now I run through the ghetto, battling my arch nemesis, Mr. Ignorance. He's been trying to take me out since the days of my youth. He feared this day will come. I'm hot on his trail, but sometimes he slips away because he has an army. They always give me trouble, mainly hatred, jealousy, and envy. They attack me, they think they got me, but I use my super science and I twist all three. I see sparks over that building. At me, I dip, do a backflip, then I in the heart with bookmarks. Ignorance hates when I drop it, but no matter what he do, he can't stop the prophet.
Yo, Prophet, come here real quick. Yo, I just saw Ignorance downtown. Let me put you on.
Word, he down there bugging. He got them ill and out.
Let's continue the saga, mad drama. I met this chick, she said she knew where ignorance was at. I said where? She said downtown. He had... I think the line is a setup, I can smell it, but ignorance is running rampant. Aight, baby, show me the exact spot. Meet me at Hoy and Skimmer. So I hops up on the A train, I'm being followed. My seventh sense is danger. I turn around, this anger, and he brought a marble along. It's the same old...
We got James Harden and that beard of his. Look, this guy's relentless. We know he's gonna attack the basket all night long. So I'm gonna make it my personal mission to keep that from happening. As long as we keep jumping those passing lanes, we can give them a run for their money. I know I'll be ready.
It's live coverage of the NBA on Monday night. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Looking at the last game for the Houston Rockets, it was a win against the Spurs. And I don't think I was the only one surprised, not just by their win, but guys, by what an emphatic win it was.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from three.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So on the floor for Houston, Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Trevor Ariza out there with Beasley. And it's Howard in at the five. Now here's Favors. Dwight Howard missing his last shot.
You know, as I
Then for Houston, Capella's checked in, and it's Moniunas in for Michael Beasley. And Beverly kicks to Moniunas. Baseline J on the way, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Talking about Derek Favors, his points per game average went up last season, as it has done in each of his 6 seasons in the league. He's an ascending player.
He is, you know, definitely refined his moves down on the blocks, and he's also become much improved at passing out of the double team, averaging a career high in assists last season as well. The arrow is certainly pointing up for Mr. Favors. And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
The Rockets have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2. The free throw drops for Modi Yunus. Like last season, we saw Modi Yunus make some nice strides.
Yeah, big uptick in his scoring efficiency, Kevin. Both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
Now here's Burke. 8 points his last outing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Freak. It's rebounded by Houston.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Monty Yunus. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Monty Yunus has got 7 points in the game.
And Monty Yunus is actually showing a newfound post repertoire there. I mean, he's deceptive. He has hooks and pump fakes, little up and unders. The Rockets looked to him for offense when they weren't playing through Harden.
Burks' shot is good.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
That is good.
And Monty Yunus is a very confident player. I think where he can still improve is his rebounding and defensive impact. With a 7-foot frame, he's got to learn to play like a 7-footer.
Here's Burke. James Harden picking up that last basket. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And the idea of setting a screen on that play was right, but just poor execution.
Yeah, it just can't be a hard screen at all costs. There is a legality to how you set a screen, so you got to be inside of both lines, legal and hard.
Houston making a switch here. Jones is checked in.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Boy, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
Now here's Burke, defended by Beverly. Freak sets a screen for Burke. The feed to Freak from 12 feet out. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. 6 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Harden inside the three-point line. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Rock. And certainly an intriguing matchup tonight. Let's hear from Trevor Ariza on his team's mentality coming in. Ariza might as well be describing his own game, Clark. Scrappy, ready to play, ready for anything, ready to claw to get. Dushin here. Monty Yunus is checked in for Howard. Smith comes in for Terrence Jones. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Harden in for Brewer. Burke's the off guard with Hayward at the 3. Freak is out there with Favors, and it's Mack in at the point guard. That's the group right now for Utah.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
They get the rebound.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Grizzlies had a nice performance. He picked up 10 points, and there didn't seem to be much you could do to stop him, shooting efficiently from both the field and the foul line. We could see his role in this offense expand if he puts together more games like this one, guys.
All right, thanks, Doris. He's got a lot of positives to take away from that game.
He really does. It was one of his better performances, and that's saying something because we've seen this guy have a lot of good ones.
And you'd have to imagine that he'll be out to build on it, to go one better here tonight.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Trevor Booker comes in for Derek Favors. And it's Burke in for Gordon Hayward. And a change for the Rockets. Capella's checked in. Now here's Beverly. Defense is right there. 5 on the clock. Misses off the left iron.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Now here's Burke, defended by Beverly. And there's the defensive 3-second call. For Utah, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here.
2 years ago, Utah drafted Trey Burke to be their point guard of the future. Then last year, they drafted Dante Exum. It set up quite a competition between those two.
And Capella sends it back. And that'll be Utah as it goes out of bounds. Jazz retain possession. .111 left now here in the second. Shot clock at 5. Here's Burke. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Getting back to the Burke-Exum rivalry last year, both young men showed some tremendous promise, yet both shot under 37% from the field. Greg, that's got to improve.
And it will. I mean, last season was tough for both guys in terms of getting used to a certain role. But remember also, when you come into this league, a league of men, and you're that young and you haven't matured, it's going to take you maybe 2 or 3 years before you can find that consistency. And then also factor in both were getting yanked in and out of the lineup. Tough challenge for those young players as they dealt with the ebbs and flow of their confidence.
And the second player taken in the 2008 draft, Michael Beasley out of Kansas State, has been the ultimate wild card. Incredibly high expectations for him. At one time, he was the best high school player in the country. But now, you know, Greg, in his 8th season, he's bounced around a little bit. You wonder if he will ever fulfill that great potential.
You know, you could argue he's the best player in college that 1 year at Kansas State. I mean, unstoppable scorer and rebounder on the collegiate level. And he's shown flashes, but that's the one thing about this level. So much of the game is mental. And not everybody's equipped to handle the responsibility of being a great player.
Excellent point. Pass to Smith. Here's Harden on the wing. He's coming off a 22-point game against San Antonio. Burke. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And that concludes the first half.
Yes, I'm here with Josh Smith. And Josh, what was the key to how well this team played offensively during that first half?
Just the way we ran our offense. We weren't lethargic. We ran it with great pace. We found the open man. We were sharing the basketball. Got to move from side to side and got some easy buckets.
Josh, plenty of elements there for...
Okay, everybody, pay attention. We definitely got some stuff to go over from the first half. We're not going to let this game get away from us. Continue to have smart possessions. Let's keep the turnovers to a minimum. That was a big boost to our offense. But that's just one thing we've done right. By no means.
The second half just about to get going here. You look at Michael Beasley, he's really been playing well. Montejunas comes in for Michael Beasley. And it's Brewer in for Patrick Beverly. So on the floor for Houston. Montejunas out there with Trevor Ariza. Then it's Harden. Then it's Jones. And it's Brewer in at the 2. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Montejunas. Here's Mack. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. The dish to Freak. 6 to shoot from 6 feet. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. And Montejunas with the basket on the assist by Harden. Montejunas has got 15 points.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Hayward on the wing. Nice ball movement by Utah. Good on the shot. 7 points for Freak. And the Rockets with possession here. At one point, they led by 16. Here's Jones. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Catching up on the changes for Houston. Capella's checked in, and it's Patrick Beverly in for Brewer. Well, for Terrence Jones, Clark, a very scary episode to begin last season. He suffered from a rare nerve damage to his left leg.
Yeah, he wondered if he'd be able to play again after missing 3 months. He finally got back out on the court. Good for him, because I enjoy watching him play.
Burks dishes to Freak. Here's Favors. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And this is a good time to show you some of the league's most disruptive defenders over the past month. The steal leaders at the small forward. The 4th spot held by Gordon Hayward.
I mean, if you're an opposing small forward, this could also be called a list of the league's most annoying players. I mean, they will be in your jersey all night when you're up against them.
Greg, they are an elite group of defenders. I mean, they don't just make it difficult for opposing small forwards. They pester entire teams with their activity, jumping in the passing lanes, being active with their hands and feet. Very impressive defensively.
And Utah making a change here. Burks is checked in, and Freak throws it down.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there. That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Burke, the pass to Freak. Here's Mack. Ariza covering, and Mack kicks to Freak.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Burks. How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 10 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
That free throw missing. Booker, he's checked in for Derek Favors. He's off on the second. And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the 3. It's a pretty valuable commodity. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Ariza. Ariza's got his 4th assist in this one. Jazz trail by 10. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And the Rockets making a change here. Smith is checked in. There's 39 seconds left in the 3rd. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You know, you talk about Trevor Ariza last season. I mean, his field goal percentage dipped to 40. Mostly because he only took 3s, or so it appeared. It's hard to be efficient if you're only shooting 3s.
The first free throw is good.
And guys, when you think about Trevor Ariza, he was signed by Houston last year to play defense. And did he deliver on that end? He was usually matched up against the opponent's best wing scorer, and he had the highest steals average of his career, almost 2 a game. Add to that, he is a knockdown shooter from beyond the arc.
To the paint. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Freak.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the 3-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Now here's Beverly. 5 points in the game. On the wing, Harden releases and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
The Rockets have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. That free throw, no good.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and unfortunately, it's the kind of...
And the Jazz with some changes. Derek Favors checked in for Rudy Gobert. Freak comes in for Booker. And Gordon Hayward is subbed in for Rodney Hood. Howard's checked in for Houston. Terrence Jones comes in for Michael Beasley. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though, and Utah making a change here. Gobert's checked in. Houston also making some changes. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Capella. Riza comes in for Jones. And it's James Harden in for Josh Smith. Burks the off guard with Hayward at the 3. Gobert is out there with Freak. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. It's Harden with the drive. Pass to Beverly. Ariza with it. Out defended by Freak. Shot clock at 5. Beasley with a clean look. That's good. And so Howard with the assist.
Really just continuing to increase the lead. This one should be easy for the rest of the way.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, at this late stage, a lead like that, it has a team really feeling quite good about itself, and deservedly so.
Hayward dishes to Freak. Off target with his 3. And they go to the intentional foul.
Rudy Gobert. That's his 3rd personal foul. 5th team foul. Shooting for Utah, Patrick Beverly.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. And the second of 2 is good. That makes it a 7-point lead. And so it's Utah here with the ball. The Jazz with another miss. Outside, Jones. So Houston wins it. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here.
Well, James, it certainly seemed the entire team stayed with the game plan and stayed focused to try to play at the pace you're looking to.
Yeah, they did a good job, very good job. We tried to push the ball as much as possible. They kept getting offensive rebounds, so we stuck with it, 4 quarters, and grinded it out.
Well, terrific win. Congratulations. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up for Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Donatas Motiejunas. Let's get your opinion, Shaq.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille.
I told you, Dom Pagnotti always delivers. Brand Jordan Freak prototypes. Open the box, check them out.
It's like Christmas and my birthday on the same day. Oh, Dom.
You love them?
I love them.
Hey, they're waiting for your approval for production.
Approved.
Approved?
Approved.
Done. I'll make the call.
In Pagnotti we trust.
I told you you'd love them.
Man.
Hey, I'm going to have you playing in those in 30 days or less.
Money. Oh, man.
Freaking and vibing. Freaking and vibing.
Freaking and vibing in these, baby.
pensei que preciso sair pra me libertar.
Sneak peek at what's to come in 2K17.
Seja com quem for, a minha vida é cantar, nunca no mesmo lugar. Seja sozinho a dois, o resto eu vejo depois. Mas só em pensar que
Hey Guys Awards with some amazing prizes.
Mas que pena, já era. Não deixo mais aquela tão bela e singela. E nem dá. Porque se eu sua voz ela é através de algo. Se passou pela favela é porque alguém me falou. Então já que me deixou por aqui, aprendi a viver um pouco sozinho. Mas o que eu posso fazer, fia, se eu gosto da boemia. Essa noite pra mim é dia, mas posso mudar. Mas como isso é questão de tempo, então isso nem tenho muito, nem curto. Fica de canto, eu prefiro suar. Quando eu te vi só nesse lugar, eu pensei que preciso sair pra me libertar. Seja com quem.
DJ Khaled, Convict Music, we the best.
On today's season finale episode of NBA 2K TV, we have the second annual Hey Guys Awards with some amazing prizes for you.
Oh, word? That's what's up.
Plus a sneak peek at what's to come in 2K17.
You know, the other thing that we get to do next year is...
Tune in now.
Going down Bennett, drop 6, 4, 3, wheel and switch it. Red light stop, make it drop for the out. With it. Anything you hear that I said, I meant it. Can't got the crown, then spit out with it. Say you need, I said I get it.